A 22-year-old nursing student goes for her morning run. She never comes home.
Clark County 911. Hello, this is Clark County 911. Hello, Clark County 911. Can anyone hear me?
The call goes dead. But here's what they didn't know yet.
Jose Ibarra put on a black hat, a hoodie-style jacket, and some black kitchen-style disposable gloves. And he went hunting for food.
This chilling 911 call came from Laken Riley's phone. But Laken wasn't the one speaking.
Hi, we're calling because our roommate went out for a run at 9. He usually runs like through Lake Herrick behind grad housing, and we haven't heard from her. And we all just got like service back, so we don't think it has anything to do with the outage. We went to go look to where her last location was, and all we found was an AirPod.
Okay, have you tried calling her since she just got service back?
Her family doesn't have AT&T, so the one with the power outage, so they've had service the whole time, and her calls have been ringing through. We're just not getting answers.
February 22nd, 2024, Athens, Georgia. Laken Riley laced up her running shoes at 9 a.m. for what should have been a routine jog. She took her usual trail, safe, familiar, frequented by students. But someone was watching.
First of all, in the entire hour that this individual is around this area, does he ever talk to anyone?
No.
Ever engage with any person?
No.
Jose Ibarra had been hunting for hours, wearing gloves, a hoodie, trying apartment doors of female students.
Someone was here, I'll do the fake cord. Someone was trying to open the door, and then I said, excuse me, and then they just ran away, and then now they're trying to look through my window.
When he couldn't break into apartments, he turned to the running trails. That's where he found Laken.
I want to talk to you about two things. At some point in State's Exhibit 270, did Laken Riley come to a complete stop?
Yes.
What was the time that she came to a complete stop?
So the speed went to 0. I think that's notated on the 3rd. Yep, wrong chart. So yeah, 9:10:44 was the time the speed went to 0.
What time did she attempt to start making that 911 call?
So the phone logged the phone call application. So the internal phones application started to recognize an attempt to place a call at 9:10:50. That's the second vertical line.
The data tells a horrifying story. For 18 minutes, Laken fought for her life.
And when Laken Riley refused to be his victim, he bashed her skull in with a rock.
This wasn't just murder. This was brutality beyond imagination.
So, Laken exhibited blunt force head trauma as well as signs of asphyxia.
Do you see any injuries to Laken's face?
Yes.
What are those injuries? Please, can you describe them for us?
She has a combination of abrasions, which are scrapes, as well as contusions, which is just a fancy medical way of saying a bruise, so bleeding under the skin.
But Laken didn't go down without a fight. She clawed at her attacker, leaving crucial evidence.
Usually it either has to have some sort of scratching or contact with the inside of the nail. These were shorter nails, so it wasn't like they were long nails that you can just accidentally have contact with. Also, you could have someone's DNA from bodily fluids present in the fingernails.
By 11 a.m., Laken's roommates knew something was wrong. She should have been back.
So I checked her location to see where she was, and I saw that she was on a run at on a trail that she typically ran.
Using their shared iPhone locations, two roommates followed her usual route. What they found stopped them cold.
And so they walked to where they could last see her digital profile, and the two roommates found one of Lakin's AirPods.
One AirPod lying on the ground. Their worst fears were confirmed.
Hi, we're calling because our roommate went out for a run at 9. She usually runs like through Lake Herrick behind grad housing, and we haven't heard from her. And we all just got like service back, so we don't think it has anything to do with the outage. We went to go look to where her last location was, and all we found was an AirPod.
Campus police responded immediately. At 12:38 p.m., they made the discovery that shattered a community.
That she was hidden, kind of almost under a tree and covered up with a bunch of leaves. He began immediately trying to save her life, but he could tell that she was dead.
The University of Georgia hadn't seen a homicide in almost 30 years. That changed in an instant.
I was on the scene that day. I did not assist in processing the crime scene. There were some things that I did assist with, such as gathering measurements. I also later helped look for a cell phone, but as far as the collection of physical evidence, I did not assist with that task.
Police didn't have to look far. Security cameras had captured everything. The same man seen stalking women's apartments was caught on camera disposing of evidence. Inside that jacket, investigators found the smoking gun. But there was more. When police arrested Jose Ibarra, his body told the story of Lakin's fierce fight.
I noticed on his right arm, his bicep, there was a scratch, which I identified as a potential defensive wound. On his left arm, he had a forearm scratch that was very similar, which in my mind looked like fingernail scratches to me.
The evidence was overwhelming. Lakin had marked her killer. This case sparked a national debate that changed immigration policy forever. Hit subscribe to see how this murder trial became the center of a political firestorm.
Hey, I need you to translate one at a time. Come here. Come to me. Come here. Okay. For you. I need to see his hands. I need to see his hands. Tell him to slowly get out. Ask him to leave anybody else. Despacito, de la cama. Alright, slowly.
When officers raided the apartment complex, they detained everyone. But Jose Ibarra stood out.
And as he moved his wrists, when I was looking at them closely, I could actually see the liquid, or I guess body fluids that would be in that cut, kind of reflecting with light.
Fresh scratches, fresh wounds, the kind you get from a victim fighting back. Jose Ibarra was charged with murder. But this was just the beginning of a much larger story. November 20th, 2024. The moment of truth.
Mr. Ibarra, if you will please stand. Count 1, malice murder. I sentence you to life without the possibility of parole.
Life without parole. Justice for Lakin Riley. But the impact of her death went far beyond the courtroom. Her murder changed federal immigration policy. The Lakin Riley Act became law.
We love you, Lakin, and our hearts will always be with you. It is time to secure our border and remove these criminals and thugs from our country, so nothing like this can happen again.
A nursing student's morning run had become the center of America's immigration debate. That's the true power of Lakin Riley's story. Not the politics, not the headlines, but the hope that justice, however delayed, will always prevail.